Next topic is varying kingdoms involved in tripartite struggle. The beginning of the medieval Indian history was marked by a long struggle involving the Gujara Pratiharas of Malwa, the Rashtrakutas of Deccan, and the Palas of Bengal to establish their supremacy over Kannauj. So, after the decline of the Harshavardhana period, there was just the beginning of the medieval Indian history in our India, and there was a long struggle, and the struggle was between the Gujara Pratiharas of Malwa, the Rashtrakutas of Deccan, and the Palas of Bengal. So, what was the main agenda? The main aim was that they wanted to capture the whole area of the Kannauj. As this event involved three major regional powers, it is described by historian as the Tripartite struggle. So there are three major, you can say, group who were fighting for the Kannauj. That's why they are known as three partite struggle. The constant struggle eventually weakened the three dynasties and resulted in their ultimate decline. So as there was a continuously fighting against these three empire, due to this the three empire was weakened and finally they were come to an end. Next topic is the Gujara Pratiharas. The Gujara Pratiharas were the dominant power in western India, that is parts of the western and central Rajasthan and parts of the central India. So we can say that Gujara Pratiharas were dominated, they were ruling the western part of India, and they are the parts of western and central Rajasthan and parts of the central India. Initially they had been local official who later succeeded in establishing independent principalities. So their main aim was to or you can say that these areas were succeeded by whom? The local officials, and they established their own independent rules and regulation in order to rule these particular areas. They also resisted the Arabs incursion, so they also were able to overthrow the Arabs in these areas. The long line of powerful ruler of this dynasty included Nagabhatta I, that is 750 to 780 CE, the founder of the dynasty Vatsa Raja, and Mihir Bhoja. Mihir Bhoja 836 to 890 CE, the most prominent among them, established the largest empire in North India with Kannauj as his capital. He issued silver coins bearing the emblem of Varaha and incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So they have also issued the you can say silver coin, and in the silver coin there was an emblem of Varaha, and it also an emblem of Varaha, which means the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. He also assumed the title of Adivara. So please remember what are the titles which were assumed by the Mihir Bhoja. It was the Adivaraha. Al-Masudi, a foreign traveler, wrote extensively about the power and prestige of the Gujara Pratihara rulers. So one of the foreign traveler, whose name is Al-Masudi, he had wrote about all the power and prestige of the Gujara Pratiharas rulers. They were great patron of learning and literature. Raja Shikhara, the famous Sanskrit poet, was patronized by the Pratihara ruler. So Raja Shikhara, he was the famous Sanskrit poet. He was patronized by the Pratihara rulers. Next is the Palas. The Pala Empire was established by the Gopala around 750 CE. So who established the Pala dynasty? It was by the Gopala in the 750 CE. His kingdom extended over the state of the present day Bengal, Bihar, parts of the Odisha and Nepal. They fought many wars with the Gujara, Pratihara and Rashtrakutas. The Pala dynasty expanded their political boundaries under Dharmapala and his son Devpala. So they have expanded their territory with the help of the Dharmapala and his son Devapala. Their empire included Kannauj, Odisha, Bihar, Assam and northern parts. So these are the areas which were under the Pala dynasty. According to the Tibetan chronicles, the Palas were patron of Buddhist learning, literature and education. So according to the Tibetan chronicles, we can say that Palas, they were basically following the rules and regulation of Buddhist learning, literature and education. Dharmapala established the famous Vikramshila Buddhist University. So who established the famous Vikramshila Buddhist University? He was Devpala. It is very important. Pala rulers also dominated generously to Nalanda University, another famous center of Buddhist learning and education. So the Pala rulers, they have also dominated the Nalanda Nalanda University, and it was also one of the famous Buddhist learning and education center. They had trade and cultural relation with the countries of Southeast Asia. So they also, that means the you can say the Pala dynasty, they have a trade and cultural relation with whom? The Southeast Asia's region. Mahipala, one of the later rulers, was defeated by the Rajendra Chola of the Chola dynasty in 1023 CE. So the Mahipala, he was one of the later rulers. He defeated the Rajendra Chola, who was the who belonged to the Chola dynasty in the 1023 CE. Ramapala, that is 1082 to 1124 CE, was the last known king of the dynasty. The Khilji invasion eventually dealt the final blow to the Pala dynasty. So with the influence of the Khilji, or the invasion of the Khilji, finally the Pala dynasty was declined. So as you can see in this picture, it is a Nalanda University founded by the Palas, was one of the most important educational institution and center of learning during this period.